So, here we are, a month into the transit strike, and it's probably going to get longer. Negotiations keep breaking down, and the council is looking at its options, and the union is looking at its options, and, nobody wants to talk to each other. Well, with the way Peter Kelly handles himself, can you really blame the union for not trusting the council or the mayor? I mean, let's think about this for a second. This is the same mayor that wasted about $500,000 of taxpayer money on failed concert scandals. This is the same mayor where he turned around and said that the protesters from Occupy Nova Scotia could change locations for the veterans events for Remembrance Day, and they did. But then when they said that they were coming back the next day, on Remembrance Day, that same day, Peter Kelly sent in the troops to have that Occupy movement stopped. This is also the same mayor who cannot decide whether the harbor is clean and fit or toxic beyond Chernobyl. This is also the same mayor who has broken the city charter law because he's having too many off-camera meetings. This is also the same mayor who will not budge because he's having a little piss fit. Why? Well, it's simple, guys. When the UARB suggested that the council would be reduced by 6 members, Halifax was all over it. Everybody in Halifax was all over it. And when the council cried and whined and wanted everybody to support them so that they can have their jobs, nobody supported them. Halifax was still all over the whole, let's reduce the number of council members, let's reduce the bureaucracy, let's get rid of the mayor. You see, council, you dug your own graves. Deal with it. And citizens of Halifax, if you're really this dissatisfied with Mayor Peter Kelly, I don't want to wait until November for the next election. You know what you can do? File a class action. No, seriously. File a public inquiry and demand his impeachment. But you know what? If nobody does that, then I suggest another thing. Mike Savage, any other mayoral competitors. If you really want my vote, and if you really want it that badly, run on a campaign of cleaning house in the city hall. Oh, that's right. I will vote for the guy who promises to fire each and every councillor and not let them run again. All the councillors there are lying, cheating idiots. These are the same people who allowed Peter Kelly to continue his reign. These are the same people who had the authority to remove Peter Kelly due to the Cash for Concert scandal, but didn't do it. These are the same people that are now taking a conniption fit because the people are not supporting them. This is childish. This is stupid. City Council, the strike is just as much your fault as it is the unions. And you know what? I'm not exactly for unions. I'm not exactly against them. I'm just saying, City Council, you guys are just as much to blame as the union is. One, you have over 900,000 people. No, it's like, what, 96,000 people that depend on Metro Transit? Most of which depend on the Accessibus to run because of their disabilities. And these are people who have severe disabilities, like they're stuck in a wheelchair or they're stuck to an oxygen tank, medical disabilities. You know what? Since you guys won't take rostering off the table, since that's the main issue, and you won't go to amalgamation, even though the province wanted to appoint a conciliator, guess what? You guys are just as much to blame for the strike as ever. So you know what? I will support full-heartedly any candidate that says they are going to clean house in the city hall. Oh, and by the way, Peter Kelly, if I had the authority, and I should because I am one of your million bosses that you are supposed to represent between Halifax and Dartmouth. You know what I would do if I had the authority to? You know what I do, Peter Kelly? I'd walk into your office and I say you were fired. Oh, that's right. I demand the termination of Mayor Peter Kelly. Oh, you're an ineffective mayor. This is also the same guy who allowed one of the sewage treatment plants to break down and not fix it for what, almost a year? Because, hey, the harbor's safe enough. Why bother, right? Oh, yeah, this is the same guy that had to be threatened by his job by the conservative environmental minister. It really must say something when the mayor of Halifax was threatened by our federal environment minister. And I'm not a conservative supporter either, so I just threw up a little in my mouth. But anyway, this is what I'm saying. The union, fine. They want rostering taken off the table. They're willing to take pay cuts or not much wage increases or whatever. I say, you know what? Get transit back on the roads and take rostering off the table. Now, I know they want to try and bring in the private sector to alleviate the strike. This is a bad idea. Look at what happened when they privatized our snow removal here. 4 snowstorms, and nothing was done. 4 snowstorms, all of them with proper and lots and lots of warning. Were the plows out? No. The only one that I can actually give them credit for is the big rainstorm that suddenly turned into an ice storm. That one, even if they put salt on the road, it would have been washed away anyway. So, you know what? That's the only one I'll give them a little leeway on. But every other one, no. The first one, oh yeah, plows were not put on the roads until 3 in the afternoon when it was at its height. The second one, plows didn't get on the road till the next day. So you know what? The private sector does not care about us, the middle class, the customers. No. They only care about this. They only care about their profits. They don't care who they're hurting. It's the same reason why I don't support the privatization of essential services. Look at Nova Scotia Power. The government is trying to break that monopoly by bringing in other power companies from outside of Nova Scotia. Because, well, quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of paying $100 every 2 months for power. If I can get it on a cheaper rate from New Brunswick or Newfoundland or even Quebec, I'd be jumping that ship too. Why? I'm a middle class citizen. I'm being choked out. Besides, I like my power. I don't like Amera. And this is also just remember, this is also the same council where when the brewery turned around, offered them quite a substantial amount of money for the Oval for naming rights. They shot it down at first because they didn't want to be with the brewing company. Even though Olin's also supports most of our minor hockey teams. Just keep that in mind, Halifax. Anyways, peace out.